San Antonio has integrated a fun new set into their playbook over the last few weeks, one we first saw them use against the Blazers in late December. Everything starts with this horns out action, which is simply one player at the elbow setting a cross screen for another player at the elbow to catch a pass at the opposite wing. From there, it flows into an empty side dribble handoff for Chris Paul, where he skips the ball to the original cross screener who sank slightly into the paint but has now flashed back to their original elbow. Now, a few things can happen here, but the most common option is this blind pig action, a fancy name for a player with their back to the basket, dumping off a feed to a teammate running past them on a backdoor cut. However, DeAndre Ayton does a fantastic job of sniffing this out and taking away a layup at the rim. But this doesn't matter, as Devin Vassell is more than comfortable pulling up for a short mid-range jumper after his initial defender peels off him to switch onto Jeremy Sohan. And that shot is money. Let's look at San Antonio running this play again versus the Clippers right before the new year. While we have the horns out to empty DHO to elbow entry setup that we discussed in the first clip, let's freeze. The first option is usually that blind pick action, but Derrick Jones Jr. is face guarding Vassell, which erases the backdoor cut. Regardless, Vassell improvises on the fly, intentionally overrunning Zach Collins before stopping on a dime and tightly curling his big man for a dribble handoff that creates separation. And with Jones on his back and Ivica Zubac dropping to protect the rim, Vassell gets a clean look for a midi at one of his favorite spots on the court. Last, but certainly not least, the Spurs showed how they can use all the player movement from the combined actions in this set to generate a mid-court isolation for Victor Wembanyama, so why don't we pause on the catch to survey the floor. Because Harrison Barnes, Chris Paul, and Stephon Castle are all willing shooters, Russell Westbrook, Michael Porter Jr., and Jamal Murray are unwilling to leave them uncovered behind the three-point line to help on Wemby. And with Vassell sitting at the logo rather than cutting into the paint, Nikola Jokic is essentially trapped on an island with Vic. And leaving a lumbering big man alone to corral a 7-footer with guard skills is a massive mistake. And that's barbecue chicken for Wembanyama, who converts the and one with the help of a beautifully designed play.